Hi, I'm Alicia Strain, and I will be your guide and instructor for the semester. So welcome to Foundations in Rehabilitation Counseling. So there's two things that I want to address before I get into more of my formal introduction. The first one is, yes, I know my hair is longer in this video than it is in the picture on the website. Being in the midst of a pandemic, I am just not very good about giving myself a haircut, so I've just succumbed to the fact that I think it's going to be time to grow out my hair. So then the second item that I wanted to let you know about is that, I have chosen to video record this introduction using my phone. And so just as a demonstration that there's a lot of different ways that we can choose to introduce ourselves to one another, and this is just one option. So there's a whole list of topics that's on the website that gives us a guide for what we want to share with one another as our introductions. So I'm just going to start at the top and work my way down. So my pronouns are she and her. And my hometown, this is a little bit of a different one, a difficult one for me to talk about because I have a lot of different hometowns. I was born and raised in Denver, Colorado, and spent most of my youth and young adulthood there. And then I ended up moving to Idaho and lived throughout different parts of Idaho for about 10 years. And then I moved to East Lansing, Michigan, where I currently reside, and I've been here for almost 5 years now. So the reasons for pursuing a master's degree in rehabilitation counseling. So I obtained my rehab counseling degree in 2010, and the program that I attended was a dual accredited program in both mental health counseling and rehabilitation counseling. And I entered the program thinking that I was going to pursue mental health counseling as my career. Throughout the duration of the program, I was introduced to rehabilitation counseling, and I just really felt at home. And I knew that that was the right career path for me. And so I chose to pursue rehab counseling, and I haven't turned back since. And I'm so glad that I decided to pursue rehab counseling as my career. So your goals for the semester. So this semester, we're going to be covering a lot of different foundational topics to the practice and profession of rehabilitation counseling. And a lot of these topics are pretty broad in general, but there's going to be times that we're going to dive deeper and go on a journey through the woods, if you will. So my goal is to help you as students be able to connect the dots between the big picture and then the little details. And so taking a step back and looking at the forest and then diving in and looking at the trees in the forest. So something that helps support my learning. So for me, I have a condition where sometimes words don't come out very easily and my brain can be kind of foggy. And so for me, there's a couple of things that work really well in the classroom for me. One of them is pictures and a lot of visual cues. So that's really helpful for me. And the second one is notes. So there's definitely times where I'm forgetful and I might not cover everything that I need to cover. And so notes really helps me stay on track and make sure that I'm covering everything that I want to. So the next item is something that inspires you. So something that inspires me is, I really appreciate when people step outside of their comfort zone and step into this space of vulnerability for the purpose of personal growth and to challenge themselves. And so I really get inspired when I see people do that. And that is something that I strive to do in my life too. There's definitely times that I fumble and I'm not very good at it and I go right back into my comfort zone. But it is definitely something that I challenge myself with. And I really appreciate it when other people do that as well. So an item or two on my bucket list. I currently don't live in a place where I have a large backyard, but one day I would like to buy some property where I have a large backyard and lots of trees, because I want to hire this gentleman from Washington State who has built a profession around building tree houses. And I want to hire him, and I would like to have him come to my house that I will live in one day and build me a tree house. And so that is one thing on my bucket list that I would love to be able to have, is to be able to go outside in my backyard and climb up in the tree and just chill out in the tree house. So that's about it. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you throughout the semester, and I'm looking forward to an exciting semester. Lots of really wonderful topics that we're going to be covering that are foundational to rehab counseling. And so I look forward to sort of going on this journey with you. So thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.